So, I've been trying to record this for the last few days now, but I'm really not taking to talking into a camera and letting my mind go like a duck to water. So what I've done is I've written down some questions. Basically I'm going to interview myself and try and get what's on my mind out this way. So here we begin. Why am I doing this video? I have a desire within me to call upon my fellow British family to join with me in an expedition called Purging the Evil from the British Isles, as my recent one-man army approach was stonewalled, and you can find this evidence of me attempting to take on the British, well, so-called British authorities on my YouTube account, Explosivo55, and also I'll be uploading this to YouTube. So yeah, how are you British? I've said about the British. Well, firstly, one of these does not make you British, nor does having a birth certificate, like so, making you, birthed on the British Isles or whatever. To be British, you are of God. There's no questions about it, or there's no debating about it even. British comes from a Hebrew translation for man of the covenant, and the covenant is a soul binding contract to serve Yahweh. That we swore to keep forever. What is the expedition? As I mentioned, purging the evil from the British Isles. The expedition, its motto is going to be called, its motto is stand down or be stood down. And in this I'm asking for at least 100,000 British men, with 10,000 of the most dieharders to begin with me in the most northern of the British Isle towns. Inverness, I believe, is the most northern one. And from there we shall travel on foot from one town city to the next till we've gone round them all, saving the best for last, London and its black heart, the city of London. What are we going to do in these towns and cities? Well, bring to rubble all courts and councils and social services, because they're just fucking child snatching, absolutely ludicrous. And for banks, we're just going to smash all the shop fronts, send a message out to them, but we ain't going to put them out of business just yet, as there are still many people reliant on the trillions and trillions of broken promises out there. So, we have to keep them running for a bit. What of the police? We shall re-sign their duties, but if they wish to carry on dishing out parliamentary acts of bullshit, then these too will be put out of business, as they'll be reassigned to serve British law and not parliamentary law. Is this all? No, far from. We obviously don't want to be doing too much damage at first, and take small steps in removing the systems in place as to not cause too much disruption to the people's dependency on such systems. Next question: what direct help from the locals will what direct help for the locals will there be? Well, we'll house the homeless. In any empty homes, which there's plenty out there. And kit it out with some furniture from a nearby B&Q or IKEA, or something similar. All mortgage and rent will be stopped in this town, so once we're left, no one's going to be obliged to pay for any mortgage or rent. So if you're a landlord, you're going to want to find another means of living now. We'll advise the locals to begin to start supporting yourselves more sustainably without the dependency of corporations, as this is the beginning of the end for them. And just all round be as helpful as we can while we're in these towns, dismantling certain systems that the people have become dependent on. We have to just try and keep calm with them. How will we support ourselves? All you need to bring is a camping pack. Such things as food, clothing, washing facilities will all be taken from such places as the supermarkets, high street clothing stores, and the showers at the local swim bars for washing facilities. But under no circumstances will we be taken from small businesses, and so you won't require any cash. The corporations are going to support us, basically. They won't like that, but fuck them. Eventually, a redistribution of wealth will be achieved by doing this. How will we be travelling? Mainly by foot, along the main town connecting roads. We'll have a few motors following us up at the rear, you know, carrying some of the more heavier and larger equipment that we sort of pick up along the way to help us, you know, demolish some certain buildings and that. But we just simply do not need these courts. Are completely corrupt, and as you can see, I've tried a one-man army approach with these, and they just don't even want to listen to me. So, you know, bollocks to them. Heavier and larger gear, you know, we'll pick up along the these motors again will be taken from forecourt dealers. Again, large corporations and stuff. And if people are starting here to think, oh, we're stealing and stuff, we are not stealing. These corporations are fictional entities. They're pieces of paper. They're essentially dead men, and they're only able to operate by living men, other living men, basically slaves to them. You know, you're slaves to them. These people who work for, if you work for a corporation or anything like, you know, like that, unless it's like a small family business or whatever, you're a slave to that corporation. So if your life depends on that corporation, then you're going to fight us. You're going to have to fight us, because as myself, I'm not supporting these corporations anymore. I'm not going to pay criminal money to support them. So whoever's with me on this, fair play to you, and we'll, you know, let the fireworks begin. Anyway, so where was I? Yeah, so no cash, motors. And as we're a bit on foot as well, we'll also make detours for the following reasons: to visit any air bases on which geoengineering planes are refueling, so they can be sabotaged. You know, we'll look into these. We're going to go on to these fucking air bases, supposedly military off thingies to the public, but we British ain't the public. We're sovereigns of God, and they have no right to stop us, basically. So we're going to go on to these air bases, and we're going to look into these planes, and if they are spraying these metal chemicals, which we all bloody know they are, we're just going to smash up the planes, you know, and stop them from flying. Same goes for fracking sites we come by along the way. Those two will be brought down. Also prisons shall be visited, and offenders who haven't really done a lot of anything, like maybe just, you know, tried growing some weed or something like that, or, you know, one lad I was recent, I ended up spending a bit of time in prison myself fighting these authorities. They'd literally arrested him, sending him off to prison for having a car scraper in a car. I mean, this is the level of fucking insanity that these people are raining down. What oppression that is. So yeah, you know, guys like that we'll take out, you know. What about arming ourselves? Well, to be truthful with you here, only faggots going places or doing things that are not allowed to be done need to be armed to the teeth. You know, so to use unnecessary force on the people that are there. You know, unless we come under attack ourselves, we require no weapons to defend ourselves, because as British people on British soil, we're doing nothing wrong. Though obviously there'll be those who will stand in our way, so we will deal with those as they appear. You know, and if they get in the way, we'll just beat them with our bare fists. However, I will always be at the front, being a target myself. So I'm not saying, oh, you all go do this. I will be at the front, leading the way on this. Is this a war? Not in the conventional means so much, but on the spiritual level, it's full-blown broken out. And this is us going in deep, purging the evil from the British Isles. We British are Israelites, and it's our duty to keep a clean house, and that house is the house of Israel. Elizabeth has made it filthy, and with all the God plan going on, it's close to becoming the lands of the Canaanites again. So we've got to do something about this. Question: who am I? My friends and family have come to know me as Scott, the name my parents graced me with as a baby. Arseholes have come to call me Mr. Chambers, and God has come to call me Schiller, for which my soul resonates with. Schiller, as in the Messiah Schiller. Yes. Oh, hang on, sorry here, the screensaver just kicked in. Right. Yes, as in the Messiah Schiller. That very Prince of Peace, the very Prince of Peace one. I'm an Israelite, a descendant of King David's Joseph tribe, and the rightful sovereign by God to replace Elizabeth, a Judah. What are my desires? To carry out the prophecies of Ezekiel, restore the laws and traditions of Moses, and bring to peace the nations around us, all while serving Yahweh and protecting the British people with my life. When do we begin? ASAP. If time is money, then for most, including myself, then this is fast dwindling away. I'll watch over how much interest this generates and how serious people take me on this. From that will come exactly when we pack our camping bags and begin the purge, so that gradually over time the systems of oppression and corruption are gone for good. Any last thoughts for now? Yes, I am not Jesus Christ, and my soul is still yet to resonate with a name, if I even have one. And to be honest with you, the way JC is meant to come riding in comes across pretty demonic. However, I am who I say I am, and you can consider Judgment Day is with me on your acceptance of me as your king. I'll have the point of authority for us to carry out God is with me on this. Just for you as British to witness me and recognise me as your king before God. As for the common law fanatics, the 10 Commandments from Moses is the universal common law. Common law you uphold in courts is nice, but not good enough. And with all the courts being removed, you have no jurisdiction battlegrounds for it anymore anyway. It's just nonsense. Forgiveness will be given only where it can be found, but let it be known, love, kindness and compassion does not make me weak, as I can shut these on and off where the situation determines it. So I can be a warm-hearted carer one moment and the very next cold-hearted soul taker. So, you know, whatever the situation determines, really, isn't it? And lastly, having now exhausted all legal means on which to support myself, as cash is legal and the legal fix, you know, to apply for a job, it's all legal. Yeah, I have to ask out there if there's anyone able to muck in with some upkeep for me for 3 meals a day, because I'm fast running out of means on which to support myself, basically. Yeah, hopefully that didn't come across too bad, and like I say, I had to read this from there and not so much talk to you in a camera because it's just weird. Alright, have a